Song structures are changing. If you're a songwriter wanting to move past the basics and elevate your music, then keep watching. Because today we're talking about common song structures in modern pop music so that you can write your next big hit. Let's blast off and get started. JM in your universe. Konnichiwa friends, I'm Jonathan Miller and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better indie artist. I make electronic dance pop music and every Wednesday on this channel I'm helping others take their music to level 2. If that sounds good, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, maybe giving this video a like. If not, then I hope your next song is a hit regardless. Bet you thought I was gonna say something sarcastic like usual, huh? Nope. I genuinely hope that your next song is a hit. I mean, it'd be better if you subscribed, but that's neither here nor there. Think about that. Alright, so let's talk common song structures in pop music. This is technically a more advanced video from the first one that I did a few years ago, so if you need some of the basics, I highly recommend that you check out that video before this one, because today I'm assuming that you're a little bit past understanding what a verse is and what a chorus is or what other various parts of a song are. But like I said, if you do need some help, there is a link in the description below so you can watch that video for more information. For my advanced songwriters, this one's for you, so let's just get started. Verse, chorus, abridged. If you saw my video last week on trends in the music industry right now, I mentioned that a new song structure has begun to rise in popularity. I just call it the abridged verse-chorus form, where the song doesn't feature a traditional bridge or final chorus, but instead places a stronger emphasis on the second chorus to serve as the climax of the song. The typical format of this structure is opening right with verse 1, so very little or no intro at all, B section, chorus, verse 2, B section 2, final chorus. The average runtime of a song like this usually hovers around the 2 minutes and 30 seconds mark, and while this format may seem lazy to our more seasoned songwriters, it's actually not, because you have to make sure that every single part of your song is catchy enough to be memorable, especially right from the get-go. Since you're trying to get to the chorus as fast as you can, because it's usually the hookiest and catchiest part, you also have to make sure that your chorus is catchy enough to stay in listeners' heads. Now, sometimes with this format, you can actually include a little bridge or some sort of instrumental break, but again, whatever you add to spice it up a little bit needs to be hooky and memorable. Some examples of this that are worth taking a listen to are Bella Poarch's Build Up Bear and Victoria Justice's Too Effin' Nice, because I think they're both really solid examples of this structure. Verse, chorus, experimental. If you're familiar with or are already a fan of K-pop, you're probably aware that modern K-pop songs are structured to be very experimental with their arrangements. While these structures on paper might seem very basic, the sonics, beats, and arrangements most certainly are not. In fact, if you know SM entertainment groups like aespa or Girls' Generation, you know that sometimes one song can feel like 5 different ones all within the same composition. On paper, your average format for this structure might look something like verse 1, B section, chorus, post-chorus, verse 2, B section 2, chorus again, post-chorus again, bridge or break, final chorus. Now, like I said, on paper, that's pretty similar to your average verse-chorus form, right? However, if you're interested in taking some risks, and this is where K-pop excels, you could go in and change up your entire rhythm and melody for verse 2 and onwards, whether that's adding in a rap or a shuffle beat like aespa's Next Level, or breaking up your verse into 2 separate sections. You could even use verse 1 as your basis for your melody, but then do something completely different halfway through. Do whatever you want to build hype back up into that B section anchor, or switch that out too for something else and use the chorus as your landing anchor. You can really play around with this experimental structure, so go with the flow and see where your creativity takes you. Stanza hook. The last song structure I want to talk about today is what I call the stanza hook structure. And what that basically looks like is writing a whole bunch of verses, which are traditionally called stanzas, and instead of relying on a dedicated chorus, each verse builds toward a dedicated hook phrase, usually where the title comes from. It can include a special instrumental break or some type of stanza that is very melodically different to give the song a little bit of flavor and not make everything so samey, but it still always builds towards that hook line melodic phrase. One of my favorite examples of this is Taylor Swift's It's Nice to Have a Friend. If we look at the lyrics, the song structure basically is stanza 1, hook phrase, in this case the title, stanza 2, hook phrase, horn break, stanza 3, hook phrase. It's pretty simple, and this structure is traditionally reserved for ballads, but it's 2021 and there are definite examples of upbeat versions of this. So whether you use the abridged verse-chorus form, an experimental form, or the stanza hook form, never stop writing and improving your craft. You have a story to tell, and maybe in order to get heard, your next big hit is just one experiment away. So that is my updated video on common song structures in pop music. Question of the video: what's another song structure in music that you're aware of? Leave me a comment below letting me know. As I said before, if you want to check out part 1 to this video because you want a little more information, there's a link in the description below so you can check that out. There are also some additional arrangements in there that are definitely worth taking a look at. But if you like me and you like what I do, consider joining me on Patreon like Abigail here and all these fantastic people to get all sorts of fun rewards, including access to my YouTube calendar to see what's coming to the channel. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. See you later. I am a